Welcome everyone to Listen, Argue, and Repeat. Riffs and reflections from two guys who are the sole reasons that their parents' hair is now gray. I'm Ryan.
There are three others. I'm Michael.
There we go. Thanks, Mike. And this episode is honestly the episode I've probably personally feared more than any of them. Even more than the political episode, which
it's coming. It's coming,
and it's going to hurt. More than revealing more information about myself, Michael and I are showing each other in real time pieces of music that we've made.
Just to be clear, that we wrote, we are the musician, we are the composer and musician of. Just to be clear.
Yes, we have.
And producer, I guess.
Yep, we have done everything on these pieces of music.
Yep.
There's one piece that I had support on mine, and I'll address that afterwards. But all of the guitar, bass, drums were produced by us. And we share material with each other all the time, but never have we done it in such a platform that we can instantaneously see each other's reactions. And to be honest, I can take a lot of criticism. This one's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me because it feels like, hey, here's my child. And Michael is likely going to say, hey, I can't hide my face. I'd rather stick my head in a vacuum cleaner and drive into an embankment. That is the possibility, the full range of possibility of what Mike might do after he hears my piece of music. So
I hope I've matured a little bit since the old golden days, though.
Well, I didn't include any swearing in there. I just talked about sticking your head in a litter box a vacuum cleaner and driving into an embankment. So no profanity there, so you can't offend anybody. This is something that Michael and I have talked about for quite a while.
Yep.
We just recently finished these pieces of music. I finished mine yesterday, and Mike finished his about an hour ago.
Day. Yep.
Because we've been a little busy. And I'd say for this year, Mike, would you say it's been a challenge for both of us to kind of create this year?
You know what? Yeah. For me, it's been more of a matter of time. I haven't really been able... I have some time to relax with my job and with being in the PhD program, but I haven't had that. I have not used that time to pick up the guitar that much. And when I feel very busy, like I have been here recently, it's more of I love playing, man. I've been playing for 24 years nonstop, but it's just been hard. To answer your question very quickly, yes, it's been hard.
And I will say on my end, it's also been a challenge as well. My work has picked up in the last 2.5 years more than it ever has. Routinely, it's definitely more than 40 hours a week.
Yeah, no, same here, man. Same here.
And then we both have our respective families as well, and they get the time that they deserve. So on average, I usually produce between 13 and 15 full pieces of music a year, give or take, many with lyrics, some with not. And this year, this is my second one. And it's halfway through the year, so.
I'm struggling to think. I don't think I had my average. I mean, I used to be able to do about like 8 to 15, between 8 and 12 a year, with pretty ease. But you know what? Let me take a look. I want to see if I can get. I have. That sounds about right. 1, 2.
So while Michael counts out, we're going to
talk. I've done 5. I've done 5 since 2022.
All right, yeah, you're way overdue.
Yeah, but to be clear, full-fledged songs, not just song ideas, because I spam you with song ideas.
Yes, and I normally don't do the same when I share things with Michael. They're usually full pieces of music by the time I share it with him. It's very rare that I'll be just like, hey, listen to this riff. Like if it's something that I've created, I'll marinate on it for a while until I figure out how it's going to flow and move forward.
Meanwhile, I come up with one riff. I'm like, ooh, gotta show everyone about this. And I spam Ryan.
Mm-hmm. And the only people I show are you and my wife. And I think the amount of times that my wife's heard me play guitar, play drums, play bass, play them all unplugged in, share every single thing that I've worked on with her, eventually she's going to have listener fatigue. So anybody would. So we've given a little pass. So she actually hasn't heard this either. Outside of my kids who heard it while I was finishing up, you'll be the first one to hear it.
I showed my wife this one yesterday. Okay, so I finished it today, but I had a blueprint. I had a sample, if you will, and I showed it to her yesterday. So I share everything with her too. But okay, maybe not every little riff, but the ones that I really want to work on, I'll show it to her.
All right, you ready to do some rock, paper, scissors to see who cracks first? This is the one time I don't want to win. All right. Not at all. Ready?
I'm ready.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay.
Oh, come on. It's not going to be that bad, Ryan. Come on. Come on.
Okay, my song's called Me Versus My Mind. The concept of this was birthed through lyrics, and that was about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And musically, it was done in the last 72 hours.
Nice.
So, I don't want to say too much about it. I'd rather just, this may be the last video we do. So, as much as I am being ridiculous right now, I want you to give your full feedback. I don't want you to hold back, okay? We good?
Well, you and I are still friends 24 years later, so yeah, I'm good.
Okay. My original composition, Me Versus My Mind. In 3.
You are not excited for this.
Not at all. I am truly not. In 3, 2, 1, play.
These are some micro drums.
Wings of tomorrow are clipped by yesterday.
You mentioned something about assistance.
There's 2 vocals here. One of them is mine.
Who's the other?
AI. You can hear the 2 voices. One's clearly better.
I kind of dig the lyrics, man. Not gonna lie.
It was so hard to do that pause right there without the squeaks.
Keep on searching for an answer to a question that is not there.
These are live drums too.
Your thoughts growing like
I can tell.
cancer. Your thoughts growing like a cancer. Medicine does not care. Medicine does not care. Save me, God, please save me. Won't
Okay, so your courses are good, but your voices are no little drawing to me, to my ears.
Won't you save me from myself again?
The verses were actually the ones that were written a year ago.
Did you imagine a solo going right here?
Yeah, that's why I did the octave stuff instead. It wasn't meant to be complicated, you know?
Yeah.
Save me, God, please save me. Won't you save me from myself again?
I'm actually impressed with how the vocals.
God, please save me. Won't you save me from myself?
This is potentially the most melodic thing I've heard you do.
Save me. Save
Are you gonna do the fade? Are you gonna do the fade? Come on, you gonna do the fade?
I don't fade, Michael.
No, you do. You don't. You never go for the fade. Okay. So some feedback here. Your drum tone. Bro, you know I love you, man. You know I do. Your drum tone, man. It seems lo-fi is not the word to use because I use that in a different context. But it's missing that definition. And your snare sounds like it's being. I do not understand drumming terminology, so I do not know if I'm saying this correct. It sounds like you're choking the crap out of it. There's like no life in it. I don't know if that's a matter of recording technique. I don't know if that's a matter of microphone.
Might be
I've
compression.
heard,
Might be compression.
could be. I can't tell what it is, but it sounds to me lifeless.
Okay.
Not like
Mhm.
the one who shall not be named. Doesn't sound like that, but it's missing definition for me. But dude, that was like one of the more melodic things I've heard. Maybe the most melodic thing I've heard you do. There was actually interesting layering of vocals. The chorus was well done. The verses not so much, even with the vocals. But I'm actually impressed with the chorus, dude. That was good.
I really liked the verse, which of course means you weren't gonna like it. No, I like because I have the regular kind of clean guitar underneath
Mm-hmm.
that's doing the main riff, and then in the back of the mix, I have that guitar you hear at the very beginning that has a little bit of effect on it. I have that not playing the same thing, but playing the same playing a similar shaping of the chord that I'm using. Not playing the full thing, just to kind of fill that out. And then the chorus is two. Everything's double guitars, but they're not the same guitar.
So you use I was going to ask you, did you use your Schecter on this one?
Yeah, I use a Schecter on this one, and I was in standard tuning.
Okay.
Which you like? It's a miracle.
Yeah, basically yes.
Yeah, because for the first 6, 7, 8 years of recording music, it was what? Drop B, either drop D flat or drop B, were usually my go-tos, because I always felt like I really wanted it to be heavy, it had to be in those tunings, but that's not necessarily the case.
No,
Uh,
not one bit.
but yeah, so I found half of that. Yes, my voice is on there. It's not very good. The AI voice is better, but I did. You can
be
hear
better than mine.
You can hear both of them, and I thought they blended together really well.
So you're a robot now?
No, it was still difficult to do.
Yeah.
But just my voice alone on its own, even if I could be in pitch, doesn't sound soothing to the ears. It just doesn't. It doesn't to mine. And if it doesn't to mine, then I know it's not going to anybody else's. So and we've talked about it for years and years and years, how I have hundreds of things of lyrics and all these other different kinds of things. I think the topic of that song's pretty clear. It's just my own personal day-to-day struggles in my head.
I think all of us can relate to that one. I think we all have struggles, demons, whatever you want to call them, that we struggle with on a continuous basis.
Yep, and and some days I just can't figure out why or how, or even sometimes the next step's a bit of a challenge. So that was incredibly, that was very vulnerable of me. That, it's not the happy-go-lucky or the disrespectful Ryan that's normally on here, or the hating on everything kind of Ryan that's here. It's a different side of me, and normally I've gotten better at it, but it's still difficult for me at times to handle the criticism, especially when something that I've created. Easy to dish it out. Hypocrite right here. Whoop whoop. Hypocrite train. Easy to dish it out, but it's
Not
very
so
hard.
much.
It's very hard to take it when it's your
And-
own work. Like, I was super excited to show you this, but in the back of my mind, I was also terrified. So
Well, you and I have been sharing each other's work for over 24 years. And I wasn't exactly the best feedback giver, especially in the early days. I remember being specifically mean, over the top mean. And yeah, how you and I are still friends to this very day. Sometimes it's beyond me, man.
Yep.
But no, I like that. Like I said, I think that was perhaps the most melodic you've been. I could actually see like a real vocal, and this is not a jab at you, man. Yeah, listen, I'm not a vocalist. You know this. I cannot sing.
Mhm.
But if you had a real vocalist do that from start to finish, this would be cool. This would be really good.
Thank you. I was hopeful you'd notice like the ghost notes and other stuff on the drums, and how terrible the ride cymbal sounded. It had no definition at all.
Well, listen, unless it's the right bell,
Oh, no.
I love the right bell. Love. It's a sound, man. I don't know what it is, that sound. Anyways,
All right, so
good job, man.
that's my piece of music. Let's talk about yours.
I've actually thought about renaming this one, to be frank. But what we have here is Burning Flame. This is one I just finished it today. It's might be best, man, for you to ask me questions about it more than. It's a song that you know me in terms of how I try to write music. I like music to have that self-reflecting melancholy almost to it, seriousness. Not it's the closest thing I've ever heard. The closest band. A band that has come very close to what what I like to try to do, whether I'm successful at it or not, I don't know, but I try, is actually iStar. They've been the closest. That seriousness, that somber tone, that drama. And this is me. I try to keep some themes that you have said to me in the past at mind. You should hear the bass. You should hear the bass.
Good.
You should
Bass is
hear the
good.
bass. But this is me, man, from start to finish. I will be upfront about two things. I do not have a bass guitar, so you're gonna hear a VST, a virtual instrument, voicing the bass. I did create the bass line with sheet music, so I plugged each individual note from start to finish. That's me. Doing that. But the VST is voicing the bass. The drumming. That is not me. That is not me. But what it is, again, I create the way I compose music. I do it. I do drums. I do guitar idea first, and then I layer everything on top of that. So after I came up with was it the chorus or was it the verse I came up with first? I can't remember. But whichever one I came up with first, I layered everything around that and I built it from that idea. And so the drumming you're going to hear, the way I create drums is I use Guitar Pro. It's an old version, like Guitar Pro 5. It's very old. But I use that and I plug each individual, half note, quarter note, every little cymbal you hear, every little kick you hear, everything that you hear was me using sheet music. And I have a drum module that actually voices it. I hit record and I tell Guitar Pro to play through it, plays them through my mixer, through my computer. Anyways, give me a little background there. But that's how I record. So the drumming is not me playing live. I'm not a good drummer at all. But all the guitars, straight up me. And I want you to take a guess which guitar I used predominantly throughout this.
Okay.
Specifically, the clean.
All right. Burning Flame.
Burning Flame.
When I first took a look at it, I'm like, Burning Flesh. I'm like, Michael, that's not a good song title. Maybe that could have been for Infurious Mass or something, one of the previous episodes, but...
Well, another song title I actually considered is Gasoline.
That's all right. Seether did a good song called Gasoline.
Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have. Anyways.
You should.
Burning Flame. Let's check it out.
All right. Burning Flame in 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, that's your clean. Oh, you went low on the bass there, huh? Oh, your acoustic sounds good.
Yeah, I was happy how that acoustic came out.
That was a good change in your clean sound there.
Oh yeah.
Would you ever have the bass follow the kick drum?
Yes, here.
This is you all day long. This is you.
Can you tell which school, production school I graduated from?
You graduated from the school of needing more highs in your guitars. Oh, so that was nice right here. Your harmonize part? That's good.
Are you telling me that rhythmic tone that you heard there with the heavy distortion, that didn't remind you of someone?
It sounded lower than usual. That was good how you had the bass fill in between the first half of the verse and the second half.
I like it. I like you in feeling a bass fill here.
You're in E flat, right?
Yes.
Doesn't feel it. Should be a solo coming up if I remember you correctly.
You know me.
Oh, it's Michael drums first. Who cares about what measure we hit the crashes on?
I thought it fit, man.
Now we're going. Taking off.
Gotta have the right bell too, man.
Yeah, you got it. That was a nice high note with a bend there.
It's even higher.
high note there on the bass? Do you do a high note there on the bass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. That texturing here are you referring to that texture?
No. So I can go higher on the bass in a couple sections. Only for a note.
And the fade.
Yeah, you faded. You faded.
Brother.
All right, that's been one of your better pieces of music recently. The acoustic really stuck out to me. We've had many discussions about how we separately record acoustic guitars. That one
Yep.
came across really strong. Your verses were good. At first, I thought the bass should follow the kick drum in the verses, but the third or fourth run through of it, I can see where it fits there. So I rescinded that statement before I even made it. Your chorus is good. My problem is just for me, that rhythm guitar tone. I don't know what it sounds like. It just doesn't. It doesn't sound like you.
What does it sound like, if you don't mind me asking?
You're not going to want me to say what I think it sounds like.
No. I want to hear it. Come on.
Nope, because we were doing a good job on this episode. Normally, that
Does it start with an? Does it start with an M?
No. Actually, it does start with an M. It starts. It sounds muddy to my ears. Like that's not as clear as it. Like that should come across to me really crisp, and to me, it doesn't sound like it comes across crisp. It sounds like it comes across muddy, is the term I'm going to use. I feel like if that was brighter, that's why I asked about the tuning, because it seemed if you're going to get that low, maybe in drop C, I can see how it would get that muddy sound. But for E flat, normally you don't sound like that in any of the work that you've done. So that really surprised me a little bit and kind of caught me off guard, because I think the rest of the other pieces, I don't think I know it. The other pieces you have sonically there work. And we've had this discussion for many times. How you wish you can come over and mic my drums the way you feel like they should be mic'd in order to get the sound we need to get out of them. I've always said I've wanted to sit there and produce your guitar sounds, because you are a good guitar player. But sometimes the sounds that you get out of the guitar aren't going to match up with what I feel like in my head I can hear the guitar sound like. So I play music. I play instruments. I would say I'm average at a couple of them. I really feel like where my strength is being able to kind of piece and put things together. That's where I feel like my strength is, sonically and just actually like parts.
For me, specifically my width. So I wonder, what do you? So I want to come back to my rhythm tone in just a second. What did you think about the lead tone? Was it still muddy?
No.
Okay. That I might be able to explain this. Maybe.
Before you do, overall, it was a really good piece of music, and it's something I'll listen to again. So I appreciate you sending that. Go ahead.
Thank you. I tried. There are 3 types of amp voices. There's American, there's British, and then there's German. I actually, for various reasons, I actually prefer the German voice. Now, Germans aren't known for muddy tones, nothing like that. But there is. Ryan, what's my favorite band?
Iced Earth.
Yep. Man, Schaefer Stone, dude. Wow. Not that I'm trying to mimic him, necessarily because he's an artist. I'm my own separate artist, but I dig it, dude. Dig it. So it might just be that it comes across too muddy because I'm trying to use a hybrid amp, which is a tube and solid. It's a tube preamp, solid state as a final amp. And I'm using this amp to try, and I'm using an equalizer to help me achieve a German voice. So I'm making an American, basically an American voice, try to sound like it's German. So that might be where this is coming from. For me, I hear fullness. I hear high mid, maybe not high mid range, but I hear mid range from that rhythm. And for me, my ears dig it. I like it. But you might be onto something here. That guitar, that rhythm tone for this specific song needs to come up in terms of more of the highs. I can understand that after coming back and listening to it.
Yeah, because it'd fill it in more, and I think it would. If you look at it like an ice cream sundae, you're missing whipped cream.
I am so glad you said that. You want to know why?
Because you had to mix it like.
I don't like whipped cream. I don't.
Well, I'm sure there's a vegetable alternative for it that you could try.
No, I'm actually being serious. If I go to Starbucks, for example, my favorite drink is a Frappuccino. I ask them no.
No, to each his own.
I know.
Like we all have our things. Like I can't stand tomatoes, but I eat ketchup. Doesn't make any sense.
I hear you.
So
I hear.
All right, everybody. What do you think? Will you no longer listen to us because we shared with you original music that was so bad that people are running down the streets on purpose, lighting their heads on fire, and running headfirst into dumpsters with the hope that their life will be ended by the dumpster falling on them quicker than by the ending of both of our songs? Let us know what you think.
Indeed, I want to know. I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think this is a battle of the bands. It's nothing like that. It's not a thing of who wins this or not. But I really am curious. Other feedback. What do you think?
And I'll take it too, but I'll take it.
It's okay, Ron. Breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe. It will be okay.
It's really, it's always difficult when, forget it anyways.
Hey, listen, I think I can speak on behalf of all of YouTube here. It's hard to put yourself out there because the internet is the internet. Haters are always going to hate. Always. And they're out there. So it's always hard to put yourself out there and to potentially get criticism. But you know what? It's fun. You and I have been doing this for a while. And I don't know. For me, I get a kick out of this because, well, dang it, music is awesome.
Music is awesome.
And it's subjective, as I keep saying in every episode.
Mm-hmm. And to those of you who don't like what I've made, my hat's off to you. That's how I'm going to be
You're
working
sounding more like me every day now, man. Woo!
Yep. What's the other word? Oh, I lost it. There's another one I've been using a lot lately. I didn't use it this episode. No.
So,
nope, I lost it.
Ryan,
No, it was the, forget it. This episode,
let us know what you guys think.
Yep, we've clearly gone off the rails. This is the part where you're like, you know what, maybe you should rehearse some of this stuff, but
nope.
That's not us. This is what you get. This is how we talk on the phone. This is when the FBI bugs our calls. They're like, these guys are boring as you know what, and then they go to somewhere else. So, let us know what you think. I lost Mike there, and I probably lost all of you. So if you stood here Thanks for watching. You don't get a treat. It's not like when you eat Cracker Jacks and you get something out of the box. You just gave us some extra views. Thank
Hey,
you.
Ryan,
Yeah, what's up?
we'll see y'all later.
Wash your hands.